So it seems Donald Trump has finally made a statement on if he would consider pardoning Eric Adams for what he's being charged for. Now, before we get into what President-elect actually said, let's give us some context. This is from BBC.com and it reads Foreign bribes, cheap flights. What is Eric Adams accused of? Now it says U.S. prosecutors have charged New York City Eric Adams with bribery and fraud charges as part of a long-running scheme that has upended politics in America's largest city. As part of what officials have described as an abuse of power, Adams is alleged to have accepted illegal gifts worth over $100,000 from Turkish citizens and at least one government official. In exchange, Turkish officials are believed to have sought favors from the mayor, including help skirting safety regulations to open a consulate in New York, according to prosecutors. Now, we know Donald Trump is against a lot of regulations. He said government is in people's business too much and is also hindering business. So this may be in Eric Adams' favor for Donald Trump, to pardon him. Adams, a former police captain, has denied any wrongdoing and vowed to fight the allegations in court. And it says what he's accused of. Eric Adams is facing five separate criminal counts, including conspiracy to commit wire fraud, federal program bribery, and to receive campaign contributions by foreign nationals. Wire fraud, two counts of solicitation of a contribution by a foreign national, and bribery. Now, see, I said it before. Hey, when you do a crime, you do something that's illegal, deemed illegal, they'll try to put as many charges as they can. You might do one thing, but they might put like five charges on you because they're trying to hit you. They're trying to make sure they get you one way or another. According to the 57-page indictment, Adams allegedly accepted more than $100,000 in luxury travel, including hotel stays, lavish meals, and airline upgrades from Turkish nationals beginning in 2016, when he still served as president of the New York borough of Brooklyn. In one instance, for example, Adams is alleged to have received a heavily discounted stay at the Bentley Room of Istanbul's St. Regis Hotel, paying $600 for a 2-day visit that was valued at approximately $7,000. Now, dang, I guess it goes back to the point of when you are in certain positions, then like you're held to a different standard. Because I remember years ago worked at a hospital as a patient care tech, and I helped take care of this guy. Well, his son, he had two sons, or maybe a son and a grandson, but there's two fellas that came to visit him. One ran like a car dealership, Toyota, but he can get Lexuses too, right? He said, "Man, if you ever need, we want a car, come holler at me. I'll hook you up." Never did it because the time I ain't had no money. Basic care tech, making no money, trying to get through school. Dang, if he would have came like 5 years later, no, hell, 8, 9, 6, 7 years, 6 years ago, if I would have known him, should have been on and popping. I'd have went hollered to dude. But anyway, then there's another guy came, and they came through, and they liked the way I took care of them. They saw, compassion and everything I had. Dude said, "Hey, if you ever in New Orleans," he gave me his call. He's like a manager of the hotel. "Yeah, if you ever in New Orleans, come see me. I'll hook you up." It was the only five he worked at. He's a manager at the only 5-star hotel in New Orleans at the time. How do I know this? Because Steve Harvey mentioned this in one of his shows, saying that when he go to New Orleans, he only stay at one hotel, and it's the only 5-star hotel in the city. And it's like right across the street from like a casino. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? So I hooked him up. So we hooked him up. You know what I'm saying? So eventually we'll hit him up. So went there and got these rooms, suite comp. What was it comp? Yeah, it was comp. You know what I'm saying? Got a room comp for like a couple of nights. Yeah, we got like this luxury dinner. Everything we needed for the most part was free of charge. Still had no money at the time. You know what I'm saying? But hit them up. So my thing is, would that be deemed illegal because I got a favor for a service that I did as a public servant? I'm just asking. So how would that be? But you do something for somebody and you get something. I guess that's what this is. I guess they say. I guess it's different. But my thing is, people, they look out for each other. So I guess there's just certain levels to it that you just can't cross. I don't know. I'm just speaking out of turn. It said this was a multi-year scheme to buy favor with a single New York City politician on the rise. U.S. Attorney Damian Williams said in a news conference, and the wire fraud charges, what did it say? According to the Justice Department, Adams fraudulently obtained as much as $2,000 in public funds for each illegal contribution. Allegation that Adams devised a scheme to obtain money by making false and fraudulent pretense in his dealings. Specifically, prosecutors claimed that the money Adams obtained from Turkey allowed him to qualify for a public financing program that provides eligible political candidates with funds to match donations from New York City residents. So basically, what he was just trying to raise money for his campaign fund, huh? He gonna get it by any means necessary. But anyway, there's more of this story. You can read. I'll put the link in the description, but I don't want to get too much in that. What I wanted to go to is this news article, or what is news story right here.
President-elect Donald Trump officially saying today that he would consider a pardon for New York City Mayor Eric Adams.
It comes as the mayor's chief advisor resigns and could face charges. Fox 5's Morgan McKay is live at City Hall with the latest on the fallout from the mayor's inner circle. Morgan.
Steve and Natasha, Mayor Eric Adams hit with two political blows today. His top advisor, Ingrid Lewis-Martin, has now resigned as she awaits charges that could be coming down any day. And the city's campaign finance board hitting another major blow to Adams' reelection campaign. But President-elect Donald Trump offering a lifeline.
During my tenure, I have never taken any gifts, money, anything.
Mayor Eric Adams' longest-serving advisor, Ingrid Lewis-Martin, and her lawyer, Arthur Idella, getting the first word in ahead of charges that are expected to come down this week from the Manhattan District Attorney's Office.
And I have never done anything illegal in my capacity in government.
District attorneys seized Lewis-Martin's cell phones back in September at JFK Airport when she was returning from vacation. Shortly after, Lewis-Martin announced she would be retiring mid-January, but abruptly quit this past Sunday after it became clear she would be facing charges soon. Reportedly, prosecutors are looking into possible bribery and money laundering related to the city's leasing of commercial properties. But Idella says that he believes the case is centered around what he considers misconstrued messages.
We're privy to some text messages and to some emails that are easily explained away.
Now, real quick, you know how the government works, or prosecution works. They want Eric Adams. Now, they want Eric Adams. Let's just be honest. They came after him after he started questioning and going against the whole migrant crisis issue in his city with the sanctuary city. He was cool with it at first. And this is what I tell people. People try to act like they perfect and they just want a reason to be pissed off at somebody. This man, okay, in the beginning said we're gonna do the sanctuary city stuff, bring the migrants in. Probably not thinking that 11 million of them son guns are gonna cross that border. And even if they did, they're going to Texas first. So New York only probably get some of them. But nah, our great governor down here, Greg Abbott, shipped all them son guns up there to New York, Chicago, to San Francisco, to Denver. He said, we ain't taking this, man. We ain't got no money to take this. Common sense in a capitalistic society tell you that you don't have enough money. The government ain't got enough money to house these people. Governor Greg Abbott already knew. Well, see, the thing about it, if this was a blue state, the migrants most of them probably would have stayed here because they would have drank, because the governor the officials would have drank the Kool-Aid. But because it was a red state, thank the Most High, and the president and his people were blue, there's a beef there. So he already knew that Biden ain't sending no money down here. Man, y'all go and take care of these dang on migrants. We trying to get them up out of the state. Go on up there. Took them up there. Food Boy Adams and Brandon Johnson and the likes thought that the government was going to send down all this money to help them finance these migrants. When they ran out of it, then Eric Adams was the only one who said, wait a minute, we can't do this. Well, they'll be like, where's the funding? He tried to call, email, text, smoke signals, even went up there and pulled up, and nobody would talk to him. Nobody would see him. He's like, man, where's the money at? He said, we can't do this. Okay. He said, okay, I got you. Okay, I got you. Let me tell y'all something. This is not sustainable. This ain't gonna work. We're gonna get these son of guns out here as soon as possible. Then next thing you know, they start looking into him and try to indict him. That's what happens in politics. That's what happens in entertainment, P. Diddy. When they know they got something on you, is Eric Adams guilty of the robberies and things? It's quite possible. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure there's something where there's smoke, there's fire. So, yeah, when they got something on Brandon Johnson, man, they have got to have something on Brandon Johnson. There's no way in hell that this dude is fighting this hard for these migrants and word salading his answers to keep them son guns in Chicago when all the citizens are on his, you know what I'm saying, on his head. There's no way in hell. It's got to be something. It's got to be a major kickback or something they have on that man as to why he will not, that he's gonna fall on the sword for this. And the President Biden and his people ain't coming to bat for him. Like it's like he's not even a topic of conversation in the White House right now. So anyway, that's how they do. So they want him. So what they doing is when they going out, when they want the big dog, they go out the people around them. So that's why, like I say, when she came in from out of town and they just met at the airport, say, "Give me that laptop," and took it, you know, and try and do an investigation. They go out to they try to find a weak link. And if you get a weak link, then that weak link will open and snitch. And either they're gonna snitch and tell the truth, or they're gonna snitch and tell the lie. But they're gonna tell you what you want to hear so they can get out. That's how a lot of folks get convicted. Cause they tired of being tired of dealing with the feds with all these threats, and they say, "Hey, man, let me just cop a plea and move on with my life."
Way about what they mean.
Idella says Manhattan prosecutors refused his request to allow Louis Martin to speak with them ahead of a grand jury and blame the politicization of the Justice Department.
And a grand jury can indict anybody on anything. Just remember that.
Politics has really infiltrated the justice system. There are not too many things that President Joe Biden and President-elect Donald Trump agree upon, but that is one of them.
Mayor Eric Adams has also been critical of the Justice Department after he was indicted on separate federal bribery charges. But President-elect Donald Trump tossing...
Man, whoever draw these pictures, they need to be fired. They do look like a dang on me Pepe mean token on Ethereum.
But President-elect Donald Trump...
Maybe I ought to create one. Pepe Eric Adams. They got a Pepe Trump coin, but anyway.
Tossing Adams a possible lifeline.
Would you consider pardoning Eric Adams?
Yeah, I would. Now, I haven't seen the gravity of it all.
Adams wouldn't say what he would do if he's convicted and then offered a presidential pardon. He also wouldn't say if he hopes to be invited to Trump's inauguration, but argued that if anyone understands how the Justice Department has been weaponized, it's both President Joe Biden and Trump.
I believe he owed to Americans to make sure that's not the case. And
Biden when he said that politics weaponized, he's talking about his son, which is why he pardoned, which is why he gave his son a blanket pardon from 1945 until the present to infinity and beyond.
I'm hoping that he does an analysis of that based on his experience.
Now, the city's campaign finance board also announcing today that for now, they are going to be denying Adams public matching funds, preventing him from collecting about $4.3 million. They said this is because he was indicted on charges related to soliciting illegal campaign donations. Now, Adams brushing those comments aside today, saying that he believes his attorneys are going to be able to work with the board and be able to fix this, but he says he doesn't think this is going to affect his reelection. Reporting live, I'm Morgan Mackay. Steve Natasha, back to you.
So, Morgan, how likely is it that Trump would actually pardon Adams?
So this would obviously be worst case scenario. Adams would have to lose his trial, and then he would also have to then wait to be pardoned by Trump. It's unclear exactly if Trump would go through with this after looking at all of the charges today. He focused really on the charges related to the bribery, Adams allegedly getting free airline upgrades. But this is all going to really depend, of course, on how fast he'd be able to move if he was convicted. And Adams, again, is up against a primary that's in June, and his trial is not until the spring. So there wouldn't be much time there that he would have have. So if there were to be a pardon, again, it would be a really worst case scenario.
So, one more thing. Let's look at exactly what President-elect Donald Trump said. His own words.
Consider pardoning Eric Adams.
Yeah, I would. Yeah. I think that he was treated pretty unfairly. Now, I haven't seen the gravity of it all, but it seems, like being upgraded in an airplane many years ago. I know probably everybody here has been upgraded. They see you're all stars and they say, I want to upgrade that person from NBC. I'm going to upgrade him. And that would mean you'll spend the rest of your life in prison. I don't know.
I
Somehow,
hope not.
What the hell are you talking about? I don't know.
I'd have to see it because I don't know the facts. I think he was treated, it's very interesting when he essentially went against what was happening with the migrants coming in. And, he made some pretty strong statements like, this is not sustainable. I said, you know what? He'll be indicted soon. And I said it not as a prediction, a little bit lightheartedly, but I said it. I said, he's going to be indicted. And a few months later, he got indicted. So, yeah.
So he's saying, yeah, he'll look into it. He said he hadn't looked at all the details of it. So, but he would look and see, if he'll look into it. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that answer. I'd say the same thing. I look into it. No, don't mean I will or won't. Instead of him just saying, nah, I won't do it. Like Joe Biden said, no, I will not pardon my son. No, I will not pardon my son. Had the little Jamaican woman with the $50,000 wig on, talking about no, he won't pardon his son. Then turn around and say, thinking long and hard over Thanksgiving holiday. I think I'm gonna pardon my son. Like I said, I think his wife had something to do with that. If anybody changed Joe Biden's mind about his boy going to jail, it was his wife. Because don't nobody's mother want to see their son in prison. I'm quite sure she said a few words and he was like, because then I already said she run the show. So let's be for real. But for those of y'all who feel like this is, that the only reason why Eric Adams is changing his mind about the migrants and trying to be on Trump's team and everything is so he can be pardoned. Here's the thing. Trump already done said that, he just said that once Eric Adams went against the migrant situation, he said, oh, they're going to indict him. And a few months later, they did. When you in certain positions, there is not a person in this world or anybody who's watching this video, all couple of y'all who's watching this video, either you or somebody got to hook up or you hook somebody up, especially on the job. If you've never got your homeboy, your cousin, your brother, somebody your girl, your dude, at least an interview somewhere, then man, you first of all use a lie and the truth ain't in you or if you never got those same kind of benefits, and man, don't nobody believe you on that one. Because everybody, everybody has somehow, you should have, regardless on whatever level it is, been a recipient or a giver of nepotism. Now, you may not went past your patient care tech job or your job at Walmart, helping your homeboy get on the maintenance crew. May not got no bigger than that. You know what I'm saying? But I know I've helped people, help them get into nursing school. I've helped people, get interviews up front. People have helped me. People had got me on jobs way back with, working at me. Like my dad got me a job working for the city back in the 10th grade over the summer. Had a summer program. He worked for the city, boom, got me in. I had homeboys who got me in working at Mignards back in the day, the grocery store, because 3 or 4 of them was going to the same school. They said, man, put in the application, we'll get you on. Boom, got in there. Job I got, job I got now, I done got people on like at different companies in dialysis, just by knowing them and say, hey, not really necessarily got them on, but I got them an interview. You do things like that. People do. I done told y'all a story about when I was trying to get in nursing school and talk to this advisor, and the dude said, he told me, you like young black male, young black male, and they need male nurses and they need black male nurses. So he said, you pretty much, as long as you do what you got to do, you'll be a shoe in to get into the nurse program, period. But then it was like this class I needed. And that was hard to get into. And he told me, said, man, you know, what you need to do is get to know your nursing advisor. Know the nursing advisor, go speak to him, you know, talk to him periodically. So, you know what I'm saying? So he can help you in the in the process. So that's what I did. Got to know the advisor. I'll go talk to this dude at least once. I'm gonna say at least once, at least twice a month, if not once a week. But you know, at least going there and just talking about school stuff. Then when they got close to trying to apply for the next year's class, there was only one class I needed. And it was hard to get in because it was only offered once a semester. It was one class. It was a dosage and calculations class, and it only had like a few spots, but everybody and their mama was trying to get into it. That's the one class that would keep most people out of the program if you couldn't get in that class. So I'm there talking to the dude every day, all the time. Well, not every day, but all the time. And then, you know, I go in there, he asked me about how my class is going. I tell him, and I said, man, I'm doing good. I said, but I only got one class left, man. Or I got one class left. And man, it's hard as hell to get into that. He said, which one is it? And I told him, dosage and calculation. Man, I try to get in there like 3-4 semesters. And every time I log in, it's filled. He said, well, hold on, let me look. Let me see something. He pulled out a piece of paper, wrote down something. He said, okay, when you wake up Monday morning, you log on, you'll be in the class. Simple as that. You do things, you get in positions in order, you buddy up to people. People get in politics, people get into nursing, people get in work for the city. People do things in order to benefit, to try to benefit, to get perks, in order to just in case they need that person. Remember in The Godfather? And it was like, man, look, you know what I'm saying? I may not need to say I'll do this favor for you. Now, one day I may need a favor. This day may never come, but if it does, I expect that you will come through for me with no question. People get in positions and you benefit from them for benefit. You don't just go to a job. You'd be a fool to go to work, clock in, do your work, and then just clock out. Don't talk to your coworkers. Don't talk to your supervisor. And I ain't saying y'all just mingle and y'all kick it like after work all the time, but you know, you be respectful. You respect each other, and you know, you just build off of that. Not saying you had to get some kind of personal relationship, but at least be respectful, do your job, and people. Hell, I've got positions because of people I know. Learn to know. So, you know, matter of fact, things have happened at work. And I was able to like kind of skirt around it or learn how to deal, was able to learn how to deal with certain situations because of people I know. And they say, okay, hey, you need to handle this like this. You need to write this, do this, talk to this person. Everything will be fine. Now, if I didn't know them people and I tried to handle it on my own, who knows what would have happened? A bad situation could have been, could have turned worse. But I just say this, to be short, not to be so long-winded though. But yeah, I see no problem with it. I mean, he said he'll look into it. You know, he said he may look into it and he may or may not do it. You know, that's being truthful. It's one thing about Donald Trump. You may not like him, but at least he gonna say what's on his mind. And so he said nothing wrong. He'll look into it, and if it goes further than that, who knows? But anyway, it's all good. Anyway, tell me what you think about this story. Leave your comments below. Share it with the world. Let's have intelligent conversation. You know how we do around here. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Those 4 things cost you nothing but maybe a couple minutes out your day, but it means the world to us here. If you would like to support us financially, you can always give us super thanks, super chat, super stickers, and you can go to the description box below. There are links there you can click on to help support us there. Go to marlemanrally.com where you can get 10% off your first purchase of all our luxury items. I promise you will not be disappointed. And right now you can take advantage of our miniature sandalwood beard kit sale. Hit the shop button below. It contains beard oil, beard balm, beard wash, and sandalwood is clinically proven to help stimulate hair follicle growth. So if you're trying to grow that beard to be at its full potential, why not use the best product on the market? And with that being said, I leave you in peace, and I'll see you on the other side.